Today on the Auburn Torch, we're taking an early look at the next opponent for Auburn women's tennis in the NCAA tournament. I'm currently looking up dinosaur bones. No, I'm looking up like a list of the complete dinosaur skeletons, because I realized there we go. Had the desktop audio all the way up. Fix that. I realized the other day. So when I was little, like very little, Justin Lee origin story here. When I was very little, I went to the museum and saw like a big dinosaur. I remember it as a T-Rex, but a big dinosaur skeleton, like like Night at the Museum, like skeleton, right? And I guess I never realized that when that happened, we were in Denver visiting my aunt. And I guess I never thought about how like rare the fully assembled dinosaurs are. I assumed they were just in like every museum. Like I just assumed there'd be one in like Birmingham, or it's got to be like every major city, right? It's got to be one in Huntsville, right? But I just realized, no, those actually are probably pretty rare. Anyway, all to say, becoming a dad changes you, right? So it changes the things you think about. Because I was like, what? We're talking about, my newborn son who's barely born. But we're like, can't wait to take him to the aquarium. And I'm like, how am I going to show him a full dinosaur? Like, I imagine I was 4 or 5 when I saw it. I should ask my mom. But I just figured that was part of every kid's. I thought every kid saw the dinosaur. I don't know, man. Where am I going to take him? There's not any in Atlanta. We're going to figure this out. It is Monday, May 4th, on the Auburn Torch. My wife said I should say, "May the torch be with you," because it's May 4th. And I said no, but then I just said it, so I guess I said yes. It's May 4th. Nothing on the sports calendar today. Big weekend. Auburn women's tennis with a big win going to the Sweet 16. That's what we're going to talk about today. The men, unfortunately for the men, a loss in the round of 32 to regional host Baylor. That'll happen. Would have been an upset, but their season unfortunately comes to a close. And really, man, just a brutal season for them. Here, I'll switch this to their rankings because, I mean, golly, they had a really strong season. I mean, a top 25 season, could have, would have, should have been up to, maybe even 18, maybe even teetering on a top 15 team in the country. But, the SEC is such a meat grinder, and just 6 and 8 in the league, but obviously, the algorithm loves them and has them up at 22. So a good season for the men, and just couldn't get, that one step further is to get a couple of those signature wins in the SEC tournament. The good step further is to maybe make the Sweet 16 in the NCAA tournament. But all in all, they finished like 6 and 8 in the SEC, but 2 wins over Alabama. So that's a sweep for them. So you like that. On tomorrow, softball will maybe mercifully ending its season. They're playing Missouri in the first round of the SEC tournament, and we don't know what's going to happen after that. Looks like they could be missing the NCAA tournament for the first time in like 11 years or something. I don't know, man. I don't know. And, Mickey D never missed the NCAA tournament. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. We will see where that goes. I don't know how John would just make a move and own a mistake, or I don't know what he would do or what he would say, or if because they can't do that, they have to go for another year. I don't know. I mean, it's like, why do you get to pick the coach again? Like, what? Why is this just happened? Why is this happening again? So maybe they give him another year, but I don't know, man. This hopeless program, and yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what was, you know, it's a very difficult task to win in the SEC, especially particularly in softball. We've talked about, the meat grinder and all those things. It's very difficult. Um, but Mickey did it better than this. So, I think a lot of assumptions could be made about like, oh well, just make this change, and it's not always how it works, man. It's not always how it works. And with the next what would the next one do either? I don't know, man. I don't know what you need to not get rid of people who are doing an okay job is where things need to change there. Anyway, moving on. Wednesday also to put on your calendar, May 6th. That is the day of the NCAA men's golf regional announcement, the men's golf NCAA tournament selection show. That'll be on Wednesday. So the Auburn men's golf Tigers will figure out exactly where they're going to be going for regionals. The women already knows theirs, and they play starting Friday. So they play Friday. The women, women's tennis. I do want to look at their opponent in the Sweet 16. So they will be at home again for Super Regionals this Friday. It'll be seconds. Auburn's number 1 in the ITA rankings, but number 2 in the NCAA tournament seeding. And they'll be hosting number 15 seeded Duke, the seeded team out of their regional, who survived there. Went to chalk. But check it out. I did not even realize this. I didn't, in all of the busy weekend that we had, go to auburntorch.com to read up on, more about Auburn women's tennis in the weekend. In all of this, I did not realize that last year in the Super Regionals, except in Durham, Duke beat Auburn. So it's a rematch in the Sweet 16 this year. I didn't catch that. I didn't clock that until here. Revenge tour, man. The revenge tour is going to continue, except this time it will be at home in Auburn. I did want to just look at Duke a little bit. Maybe a way too early kind of preview of Friday. Duke went 10-2 in the ACC. Not as high as seeded as they were last season, but obviously still a really strong program. A couple of those losses had to be, so here's Virginia in the ACC tournament. Virginia's good, and their rival North Carolina is a top 5 team. So here's a 4-1 loss to North Carolina. Here's a regular season loss to Virginia. Here's a regular season loss to Ohio State. That's another top 5 team. I mean, these guys, they're playing the best, a lot of the best teams. And, we will see how it goes, but take a look at last year's matchup. A lot of this is going to be different, but I did notice, you see who's coming back and who's there. In the doubles point, Angela and Myrna lost their match. They'll get a chance to avenge that one. The other 2 courts were different. It was DJ Bennett teaming with someone else, and on 3, Ava Esposito teaming with something else. So those 2 will be different. I did notice that on court 2 last year, Angela Okatoy beat Irina from Duke. I'm not sure how to say her last name. And she is actually their top ranked player. She's number 13. So I would imagine she is in the nation. She's number 13 in the nation. I would imagine she would be playing DJ on court 1. But Angela beat her last year, so that gives you something that you've seen them before. Let's see what their second best player doesn't have any history with Auburn. Let's see about Liv Hoved. Let's see if she has a history with Auburn here. We're looking at the ITA website. She went unfinished with DJ. Okay, so we'll see who plays who. But there's a couple of the girls who are back for Duke. Angela and DJ saw them last year. So we'll see. And then Myrna we'll see who if Myrna the people Myrna and Ava played are back again. But yeah, so some familiar foes. I'll just say all to say. Again, a little bit of a way too early preview. But yeah, 20-7 overall, 10-2 in the ACC. Only losses are to top 10 teams in Virginia and North Carolina. They did beat Miami in the ACC tournament, so there's a common opponent. It was 4-2, whereas Auburn beat Miami 4-0. It's going to be so then one more thing is this Tennessee team that Duke beat in the regional final, or round of 32. That's the first time that Tennessee has missed the Sweet 16 in a really long time. I think that's 10 plus years streak broken. So that's all I got for today. Just a real quick one. We'll see what happens this week with softball. We'll see if that's what's going to happen with that situation. And then we'll be counting down. Other than that, we'll be counting down to Friday for the women's tennis. And just on the radar, check out Wednesday. We'll be looking at the men's golf selection show and seeing where they're going. So, all right, that's all I got for today. We'll be back Tuesday for Cinco de Mayo. It's a festive time of year, right? And we'll be back. And till then, take care.